Have you ever spun around really fast? Maybe when you were a kid playing in the backyard or trying to pull off the perfect pirouette in your living room, only to stop and feel like the world was spiraling out of control. It's that head rush, the wave of dizziness that can make you feel like you're trapped inside a merry-go-round, but you're not moving at all. So, what's up with that? Why do we get dizzy when we spin around? To answer that question, we need to take a trip inside one of the coolest parts of your body, your inner ear. You might not think much about your inner ear during your day-to-day life, but it's a miniature powerhouse responsible for one very important job: keeping you balanced. At the heart of your ability to walk straight, stand tall, and not tip over like a human bowling pin is your vestibular system. It's nestled deep within your ear, quietly working to help you navigate the world without stumbling around like you're on a ship in stormy seas. So, what is this vestibular system exactly? Picture it as a set of tiny chambers and canals filled with fluid. It's kind of like a level tool your handyman uses to check if a bookshelf is straight, but much more advanced. These curved tubes, known as the semicircular canals, come in three pairs that point in different directions. Each pair corresponds to one of the axes of movement: up and down, side to side, and forward and back. Basically, the three dimensions of space. Now, here's where things get interesting. Inside these canals, there's fluid called endolymph, which moves around when your head changes position. Think of it like a bottle of juice. Tilt the bottle and the liquid inside moves, sloshing and swirling with every motion. Sitting within these canals are tiny hair-like cells called cilia, and they act as sensors. When the fluid moves, it bends these cilia, which sends signals to your brain telling it what's going on with your head's position and movement. It's like your body's personal GPS system. But instead of using satellites, it uses fluid and microscopic hairs. So when you spin around, what happens? Well, at first, the fluid inside your semicircular canals rushes in the opposite direction of your spin. Imagine swirling your coffee. At first, the liquid resists the motion before it starts spinning with the spoon. Similarly, the fluid in your canal starts moving along with your rotation, filing reports to your brain like, "Yep, we're spinning clockwise." But here's the catch. When you suddenly stop spinning, maybe because, running in circles in the backyard finally wore you out, that fluid doesn't stop moving right away. It keeps swishing and swirling for a little while longer, bending those cilia and sending signals to your brain that say, "Hey, we're still spinning." Even though your body is perfectly still, your vestibular system hasn't caught up yet. And since your eyes are telling your brain that, nope, you're standing still, this creates mixed signals. Your brain gets confused and you're left feeling dizzy, like your whole world is doing cartwheels without your permission. That sensation, the post-spin dizzy feeling, is your brain trying to make sense of the conflicting information. It's a bit like when you're in a car that brakes hard and your body lunges forward instinctively, even though technically you're sitting still. Your sensory systems are playing catch-up. This is why the dizziness usually fades after a few moments. Once the fluid inside your semicircular canal settles down and the cilia stop bending, your brain gets the memo. Oh, okay, we're not moving anymore. Crisis averted. Now, it wouldn't be fair to talk about dizziness without mentioning another sensation you might be familiar with: motion sickness. Remember how your vestibular system doesn't like mixed messages? Motion sickness happens when your eyes and your inner ear send very different signals to your brain over a longer period of time. Say you're sitting in the backseat of a car and staring at your phone. Your eyes see a stationary screen, but your ears feel the motion of the car bumping down the road. That's a recipe for scrambled signals, and suddenly your brain feels like it's trying to read two books at once, one saying "we're moving" and the other saying "we're still." No wonder you start feeling queasy. Some of this ability to feel dizziness and motion sickness is even tied into evolution. Your vestibular system's sensitivity helps you navigate the world, avoid danger, and detect movement that could affect your survival. But when motion and sensory mismatches get too intense, the dizziness or nausea is your brain's red flag saying, "Hey, something's not right here." But here's an even bigger question. Why does spinning make some people dizzy faster or worse than others? Part of the answer lies in individual differences, things like the sensitivity of your vestibular system, your age, or even how much practice you've had dealing with spinning motions. For example, dancers and figure skaters develop tricks to minimize dizziness. They use techniques like spotting, where they lock their eyes on a single point while spinning, to override some of those conflicting signals from the vestibular system. It doesn't make them immune to dizziness entirely, but it's a skill anyone can train with enough repetition. And then there's the matter of age. Have you ever wondered why little kids can spin endlessly and recover like it's no big deal, while adults can barely handle a few twirls before grabbing the nearest steady surface? It turns out that children's vestibular systems are more adaptable, much like their brains. As we grow older, our sensory systems become less pliable, which means spinning tends to cause more chaos up in the control room. Interestingly, humans aren't the only creatures that feel dizzy. Animals, particularly mammals and birds, also have vestibular systems to help them balance. If you've ever watched a dog chase its tail too enthusiastically, only to stop and wobble, guess what? That dog's semicircular canals were doing exactly the same thing yours do. It's nature's universal way of coordinating movement and balance. So the next time you decide to spin yourself silly or find yourself disoriented on a fast carnival ride, you'll know exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Your vestibular system isn't punishing you. It's working overtime to figure out what's real and what's not. And while dizziness might be a brief inconvenience, it's also a reminder of just how remarkable your body is. Who knew that a few tiny hairs in your ear could turn something as simple as spinning into an intricate dance of sensory signals? Let's face it, the world might feel a little chaotic when you're dizzy, but it's all part of the fascinating story of how your body keeps you connected to the space around you. So go ahead, spin yourself around, but maybe not too much if you're planning to walk in a straight line afterward. Thank you for watching the video. For more solved questions, please subscribe. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like this video and put a comment as it helps us to continue.